So you find a person doing, for the next 70 years of his life, he is busy doing something that he was never born to be doing. Somebody who was supposed to be a pilot, he spends the rest of his life teaching children. He's a school teacher. Somebody who was supposed to be a doctor, a medical doctor, the rest of his life is chasing thieves. He's a policeman. And the dangers that you face there, and you're asking God, why God? Why God? And yet God spoke to you. We end up finding ourselves in places which we were never supposed to be found, into disasters, into broken relationships, and into abuse, into rape, into all sorts of things, unaware. And we claim that God never spoke to us about it. And yet God speaks once and even twice to every person, warning us against something that is coming, but our problem is that we are not able to perceive and to understand what he's talking about. So is it going to be God's fault if you finally get married to the wrong person? So God is not interested in seeing you falling into a trap unaware. God wants you to know some of the happenings that are going to take place tomorrow, next week, a month from now, a year from now. God is interested in allowing you to have access to that information. God has once spoken to you, even twice spoken to you about your profession, but you were not able to perceive. He spoke to you about your life partner, the girl that you're supposed to marry, and the guy that is supposed to marry you. God might have spoken already, but your problem is that you're not able to perceive and to understand. So you can imagine now that if God has already dealt with your future by opening up the future to you in a dream, but then you wake up, you don't realize what you saw, you don't remember everything that you experienced in a dream. That is the problem now. Do you know that you may be having more than 10 dreams in the night? You might be having more than 20 dreams in just one night. But every time when you wake up, you might only remember one dream. The reason why you remember only one dream is because you normally wake up only once. And that is in the morning. If you wake up once every morning, you are likely going to remember only one dream. And that dream that you remember, in most cases, not all the cases, in most cases, it will be the closest dream or the last dream that you might have had before waking up. So by the time you wake up, your spirit is still active to remind the flesh. Where you forget most of your dreams is during the handover, takeover moment, when the spirit hands over data to the flesh. And the flesh does not have enough capacity to store all the data that you might have gotten when you were having dreams. There is a term that they call REM, R-E-M, rapid eye movement. When a person is asleep and is having a dream, you can actually tell when you look at the person, you can look at that REM. It's a moment that can tell somebody who is awake that this person is going through a dream now. There is a reflection in the physical that shows that there is something happening to this person. So if you were able to wake up after every REM, it was going to be easy for you to remember. When you go to sleep, your spirit is more activated than your flesh. So you are now more active in the spirit. But the problem is when you wake up, to then transfer that information from the spirit man to the carnal man. The carnal man cannot handle that amount of information. He cannot. So what you need to do now, you can start training yourself not just to wake up once in the morning. No. Even if you make it 3 times in the night, the better. It's a spiritual exercise. When you are going to sleep, take your notebook, your pen, put it on the headboard, wherever, even if you're lying on the floor, just put it on the headboard there. Okay? Right. Just that act, it is an act of faith. Even the dream itself will know that you are ready for it. It's an action of faith. So when you get an opportunity to go and sleep, it's not just a moment of resting and relaxing. No, it's an opportunity, it's a doorway into your future. Those are moments when God allows you to enter into forthcoming realms, activities, events, places. The flesh cannot handle information that is coming from the spirit at the time of waking up. So if you are having one dream that you remember every time, why not waking up yourself 3 times in the night? And how do you do that? You can set an alarm. You can set an alarm after maybe every 3 hours or so. What's wrong with that? And when you wake up, it's not just so that you remember the dream, but those are moments that you wake up and then you speak in tongues. You pray in the Spirit. You pray in the Spirit. You pray in the Spirit. Even for 3 minutes, 4 minutes, that's okay. Move around your house, pray in the Spirit, pray in the Spirit, pray in the Spirit. You reset it again for the next 3 hours. And when you wake up and you can't remember anything, as you continue doing that, you begin to perfect your dreaming abilities, because it's a gift. Listen, dreams, sometimes they come to you at a moment, when you are still growing in the Spirit, right? God gives you dreams that sometimes are equivalent to your level in the Spirit. And you see things. If you are small in the Spirit, you see small things. And when you begin to develop yourself in the Spirit and you are maturing, you are growing in the Spirit, you see mature dreams. Developed dreams. They'll begin to come. There was a time when you were given access into your future, but when you woke up, you forgot. You can't remember. Pursuing other people's visions and other people's dreams. When are you going to pursue your own dream? And how can you pursue it? Unless you remember. And even if you remember, unless you are ready to rise up and shine. Am I talking to somebody here?